Well, hello again, WWE Colts fan here with another DVD and Blu-ray update. This is going to be the first one of the new year. I tried to do this last month, well, couldn't get it done. Well, anyway, get right into it. I got a lot of stuff here, a lot. So I might have to end up doing two different videos. Well, anyway, as I start off, usually with DVDs, we have Batman, the Animated Series, Volume 1. Yeah, I remember watching this show as a kid. Yeah, this is Volume 1. Contains a total of, trying to find the number of episodes here. 28 episodes on 4 discs. Yeah, this is the series that had Kevin Conroy as Batman and, of course, Mark Hamill as the Joker. And you meet, of course, some of the other villains like Mr. Freeze, Croc, Clayface, Man-Bats, and Two-Face. Alright, these next two are concert DVDs. This first one is a guy that I like listening to. That's Colt Ford. Crank It Up Live at Wild Adventures. Yeah, Colt Ford's one of those, he does country, hip-hop stuff. I like listening to that. Anyway, this is the whole concert he did at the theme park Wild Adventures down in Georgia. And then the next concert DVD is George Strait, The Cowboy Rides Away, live from AT&T Stadium. This was part of a 3-disc set. There was a single disc version that just had one of the CDs, but then there's this one that has 2 CDs, which has additional songs, and then this DVD here, and it features the entire 3-hour show. Yeah, I sat there and watched it. Next, from WWE, we have Hell in a Cell 2014. Yeah, I'm not going to go into much detail on that. I do have another WWE DVD here coming up here. But before that, we have Robert De Niro in Raging Bull. And of course, this movie was directed by Martin Scorsese. Also stars Joe Pesci. In this movie, De Niro plays Jake LaMotta. And this is actually based off a true story. And it's basically his rise and fall from fame as a boxer. At the end of his boxing career, he became a nightclub owner. Yeah. This won, I think, a couple Academy Awards. I'm pretty sure it did. And Raging Bull. And the last of the DVDs from WWE, we have Survivor Series 2014, where finally Sting stepped inside a WWE ring. Okay, now on to the Blu-rays. First off, from Sony, we have 22 Jump Street with Jonah Hill, Channing Tatum. And of course, they reprise their roles, but this time they go to college. And just like the last one, there's a bunch of things that just don't go as planned, or at least according to their... Sorry, my camera cut out, but as I said, things don't go as planned according to their boss, played by Ice Cube. And of course, I went to this is the Walmart exclusive one, and it comes with these fake college IDs. And of course, I got the one with Channing Tatum's character, but there's also one with Jonah Hill's character. Next, from Universal, we have George Clooney in The American. In this movie, he plays like I don't know whether to call him like a hitman or whatever, but anyway, he accepts a job, one last job to construct a weapon for this mysterious contract, as it says here in the synopsis, but then things come out about his past. Next, from Lionsgate, which was this movie was originally a Dimension title, we have Billy Bob Thornton, Lauren Graham, John Ritter, and Bernie Mac in Bad Santa. The theatrical, oh no, not theatrical, the unrated version and the director's cut. Of course, in this movie, Billy Bob Thornton plays a mall Santa, but then he meets this kid who thinks he's the real deal. And, of course, just to point out, Billy Bob Thornton, his character is a bad mall Santa. Anyway, him and his partner go around the malls around Christmas time, and then they steal money out of the safe. But everything doesn't go as planned, I should say, when they meet Bernie Mac's character, who is basically the head of security. This next one from IFC Films, I actually bought at a Family Video, gently used, for $8. And this movie, when I bought it, hadn't been out real long. Anyway, it's Michael C. Hall, Sam Shepard, and Don Johnson in Cold in July. And in this movie, Michael C. Hall kills this man in self-defense. It takes place in 1989. Anyway, the father of the guy he kills, played by Sam Shepard, comes back for revenge. Next, from 20th Century Fox, we have the Arnold Schwarzenegger film Commando, which, well, that's what he is. He is a commando who has been retired, but then a South American dictator that he had ousted tracks him down and kidnaps his daughter, so it's up to Schwarzenegger's character to go get her back. Next, from Sony, exclusive to Best Buy, is a steelbook of Easy Rider, the iconic 70s film. If you have the standard or the regular release of the Blu-ray, you're not missing out on anything except new disc art in this case. And this is through, I think it's called Project Pop Art. There's a whole bunch of Sony titles reissued in these steelbooks, like Tommy, Desperado, Drive, Taxi Driver, Karate Kid, and so on. Now, this next movie from Lionsgate, I didn't think it was too bad. But anyway, it's Expendables 3. I really liked the second one, so I went ahead and got the third one. I know a lot of people didn't really like it, but I thought it was okay. In which this movie, Barney, well, he tries to get the old team to retire after one of them almost gets killed by the villain, played by Mel Gibson. Then he sets out to find a new team. Well, to track down Mel Gibson's character, something goes wrong, and he has to recruit. The old team has to get back together to help him save the new team. Now, I had a steelbook from Sony. Well, I got one from Universal. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, directed by Terry Gilliam, starring Johnny Depp. It's same as the basic edition of the same movie. There again, just in this nice steelbook, came with a digital copy. Anyway, Johnny Depp stars in this movie as he goes on vacation in Vegas, but of course, he starts drinking, starts doing drugs, and just goes crazy. Next, from Warner Brothers, we have the 4 film favorites, the Final Destination collection, which has the first 4 Final Destination films. This is the first time parts 2 and 3 have been on Blu-ray, because I can tell by the disc art. I'm not a big fan of how they stack the discs on top of each other. Warner Brothers and Disney are really bad about that. But anyway, the movies are basically the same, except some of the characters change, and well, and also how it all starts is different. Like in the first one, it's a plane crash. Second one is a truck delivering logs. Third one's a roller coaster, and the fourth one is a racetrack. But anyway, the groups of survivors, a lot of them die after the initial events. They cheat death. Well, death does not like that. Next, from Universal, we have the Adam Sandler, Seth Rogen movie, Funny People, which they both play comedians, and Adam Sandler, who's like a comic icon in the movie, finds out he has cancer, and basically tries to reconnect with old friends and whatnot. And Seth Rogen's character is a struggling comedian. They become friends, and they basically help each other out in a very comedic way. Next, from the Weinstein Company, we have, based off the book, which I read back in 5th grade, The Giver, with Meryl Streep, Jeff Bridges, and Katie Holmes, in which this the lead character, whose name is Jonas, finds out the world is not exactly what it seems. Like, when he reaches a certain age, he is given a certain task, and he has to do that for the rest of his life. Well, he is to be with Jeff Bridges' character, pretty much. And he shows him what's really going on in the world, that everything around him's pretty much, it's not what it seems. Almost forgot to show the inside here. Just simple Blu-ray DVD combo. Of course, I just drop it on the floor. Next, from Disney, we have Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, one of the big hits. And of course, it's just a single disc edition. There is a steelbook, it's only the 3D copy. Anyway, Guardians of the Galaxy, it was actually very fun to watch. You need to check it out. Okay, this next one from Universal, I just picked it up because actually I thought the first one was funny. Anyway, got the sequel, Haunted House 2, with Marlon Wayans. This time has Jamie Presley and Gabriel Iglesias, and Cedric the Entertainer returns. Well, anyway, it pretty much picks off where the last one ended. Marlon Wayans' character moves out of the house, has a new girlfriend, and she has her kids. But anyway, they move into a new house, and the spirit follows them and does all the little crazy stuff. Now these next two, I might as well just show together. I have the theatrical cuts. Well, I went ahead and picked up the extended editions of The Hobbit, Unexpected Journey, and The Desolation of Smaug. Yeah, this is, of course, it's the extended editions. I may just have to put the camera down here. Yeah, that's what I have to do. There we go. Well, anyway, I picked these up because I was about ready to see the third movie, Battle of the Five Armies, which is also very good. It goes very well with these two. Of course, it has to. Anyway, you should know the story about this. It's based off the book The Hobbit. The main difference is, other than the movie is much longer for both of them, comes with more special features. And there was a total of 12-part special features. The first two was on the theatrical version of this one. Then parts 3 and 4 were with the theatrical version of this one. But this one picks up with Part 7. And has Part 8. This one has 9 and 10. Which means Parts 4 and 5 will be with the theatrical version of, not 4 and 5, 5 and 6, excuse me, will be with the theatrical cut of Battle of Five Armies, while 11 and 12 will be with the extended edition of Five Armies. Yep, The Hobbit. I'll put this down again so I can put these away. From Warner Brothers, I went ahead and picked up Horrible Bosses, the Totally Inappropriate edition, which has the theatrical and the extended cuts. Yeah, I heard a lot of funny things about this movie, so I went ahead and picked it up, and I'll probably pick up the sequel. Next, from DreamWorks, we have How to Train Your Dragon 2. I still need to watch the first one. Anyway, it continues the adventures of the first movie, but this time that you meet the mother, and they have to go out to an all-out war with this villain here. It has a bunch of dragons. I can't say it straight. This next movie, best way to explain it, it's Twister 2 on steroids. And it has Richard Armitage, who's in the Hobbit movies, as Thorin. Anyway, it's Into the Storm. It follows these storm chasers, which there's these bunch of tornadoes, the worst of any tornado event ever. And it ends with an F7, an EF7, which has never been documented. There's no EF6 been documented either. Anyway, yeah, Into the Storm. And to finish out this first video from Sony, we have Justified, the complete 5th season, which I believe Season 6 had just kicked off, which will be its final season. Of course, this follows Timothy Olyphant as, I'm assuming that's how you say his name, as U.S. Marshal Raylan Givens, and all the dirty bad business that goes on in Harlan County, Kentucky. Well, that's it for the first part of this video. Stay tuned for part 2.